Hey guys, Trivial Gaming here, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about why elemental burn primaries should come back to Destiny and why they failed in the first place. Now, when Bungie first instituted them, obviously when they thought about the raid, they thought about it as endgame activity. Like, this stuff is going to make you the most powerful that any gear can make you in the game, and that's what happened. Vault of Glass's gear and its weapons were so incredibly great. Like, look at Fatebringer, Vision of Confluence, all of those guns. Even Atheon's Epilogue is like a pretty close to god roll bullet hose auto rifle. If bullet hose auto rifles weren't just so bad when the game came out, I think it would have been much more usable. My thing with burn primaries is that they are fun to use in the situations where they should exist. Okay, that includes nightfalls. It includes like anything where you know that an enemy is going to have this specific type of armor, things like that. Look at how good the Zalo Supercell is. Every time, I love using this gun, period. And I would use it even if it didn't have a burn. But every time it's arc burn, everybody tosses on Zalo. Now, if you're trying to make weapon parity, you need to have other guns that also have burns. I think going a special way with it would be every exotic primary has a burn. Going that route with it would make more sense to me than right now having it go back the way it was where only raid weapons had it, because you can get exotics from anywhere. You can only use one at a time, so it's a situation where it's like you're not going to be able to use Yallarhorn if you want to use this other burn primary. Like, let's say Hawkmoon gets a solar burn, right? Then to me that makes sense. But you know what? Maybe Bungie doesn't want that. I don't know what they're talking about internally. I just know that I loved the burn primaries, and I think they should definitely make a comeback in some way, shape, or form. I've heard other people, other YouTubers and Twitch streamers talk about maybe having something like the ornament system or like chroma for it, where you had to drop a specific element, and then once the element was locked into a primary, you had to use it. But I think the major problem wasn't the element itself. I think it was more so the fact that, like, they were legendary guns. You didn't have to give up something to get that, right? So, like, in the grand scheme of things, any top tier player or any player that plays for long extended periods of time, like me, or any Twitch streamer or any YouTuber that plays Destiny, will 100% be able to have weapons so that switching to a burn primary exotic is not going to affect them. It's not going to cause them to take away something. But the general player base isn't us, and the general player base that would affect in the way Bungie assumes it would. We don't need any help, but the mass amount of people that don't play this game all the time, that want to do nightfalls and want to get through them relatively quick and stuff, you made nightfalls easier to make them a tiered activity. So there's a certain point when that you're able to do nightfalls, and once you're able to do nightfalls are kind of not at all complicated. Like, all it takes is patience and good, a little bit of good thumb skill, and you will eventually be able to do pretty much any nightfall out there, with the exception of maybe Saber Strike, because Saber Strike is absolute trash when it's a nightfall. But that's my point, is that they're trying to make this game more accessible, and I think burn primaries being exotic, and maybe even like a chroma slot. It wouldn't surprise me if they went that way, where you had to drop an element chroma or something like that to then change the element of the exotic. We did see those shots of the Thunderlord that shot fire, which I'm sure was at some point maybe an idea they had, maybe it was something they tested, maybe it was something they tested internally and looked at. That would have been awesome. But like I said, I think elemental burn primaries should definitely come back. At least in Destiny 2. I doubt they're coming for Rise of Iron, but at least in Destiny 2 they should come back. So what do you guys think? Leave a post down in the comments. Let me know if you guys think burn elementals primaries should come back, or if they were too OP, or they just would break the game. Let me know. Leave a like if you want. Shoot a subscribe here. And thanks for coming by and checking me out. Anyways, I'm Trivial Gaming. Have a great